the general celebration of matric results today is the much lower number of students taking the traditional maths subjects. And it is in line with this general sort of decrease in STEM ability at a time when we need more STEM graduates, we need more engineers, we need more scientists. And so I was intrigued to read that Saul Berman, who one knows as a property developer, is very interested in technical education. He is building a technical engineering faculty at the Witterdrift High School in Plettenberg Bay. He's done a pilot project at Weinberg Boys, and a charitable foundation he's linked with in collaboration with Leap Science and Math Schools, which is an organization I know my brother-in-law is on its board, and is doing wonderful work in science education, building technical engineering faculties at Crossroads and Lunga in Cape Town, and doing the same in Paarl in 2025. Saul, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm in good health, and yourself?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
A property developer and technical education, it's not an obvious link. Where does your interest in this field come from?
My interest comes from when I was at school and I was told I'm a failure and I'll never make it in the outside world. And I left the school facility and went to a technicon in Maitland, and I was alienated and lost all my friends and limited sporting career. And I vowed one day to bring technical education into a school curriculum. And 30 years later, we managed to change the school curriculum and bring in technical curriculum and technical education into the school curriculum. Therefore, we're now able to build technical and engineering faculties as part of a school curriculum and part of a school, instead of building and having technical schools that is alienated and in outside areas, which kids are labeled. You know, I was labeled at school as being an outcast, as being deaf, stupid, and I wasn't part of the system.
Okay, and it's an ambitious program by the sounds of it. I mean, it started small, as pretty much all of these things do, but there is an ambitious program to scale up and out.
Yes, it's an ambitious program. So there's two programs. One is the private schools, and one is to join forces with local government and provincial government and the Western Cape Education Department, and to roll out these technical and engineering faculties countrywide. Therefore, that kids, because I always believe that a child at school doesn't know who he wants to be or what he wants to do, but if you have the opportunity at school to be able to learn a technical skill or to learn engineering or architecture at a school in grade 10, 11, and 12, we're creating the future of South Africa. We're creating tradesmen, we're creating engineers and architects. And when these kids leave school, they can immediately be employed and also start earning income.
Okay, you've kind of answered my next question, which is what kind of skill level do the pupils graduate with? Does it position them to go into a technikon or a university, or does it position them, as you've indicated, to go straight into work with the necessary skills to start what once might have been called an apprenticeship?
So what's incredible about this facility and this curriculum, so I didn't finish school. I left school in a 8th lower grade. I'm dyslexic and got a learning disability, and there was no vein for me to go into from a school. But if I go to a school where there's a technical engineering faculty and at my level of limitation, I can go to a technical engineering faculty and want to be a tradesman. So you don't want to be a tradesman. And I say, listen, which I am. That's my only qualification is I'm an electrician. I've got no other degree. And from that, we built up the biggest construction company in the Western Cape and probably one of the biggest developers in the Western Cape, only with a trade. So if I choose to do a trade at school, then I can choose to do technical maths. That means I still will get a matric, but I won't get a matric that allows me to go to university, because I've chosen because of my limitation that I want to be a tradesman. So I can be an electrician, plumber, carpenter. It doesn't mean that because you join a technical faculty that you're going to go into the sphere of tradesmanship. It means that you can be an engineer, you can be an architect, you can go to university, you can go overseas. But for me, the whole program of this faculty is you learning a subject that you wouldn't learn anywhere else. It's part of the school curriculum. There's the mentorship program, and also part of the program is once a month or once every 2 weeks you go and work in the trade. You can work in school holidays in your area of where you live, and you can have the practical experience which you don't get.
And Soldi, it's early days yet, so perhaps it's not that easy to establish how much hunger there is for this kind of education. But in the work that you've been doing with John Gilmore and Leap, do you get a sense that there are a lot of 17, 18-year-olds going, yes, please, to this?
Well, I can tell you the amazing part is there's no limitation to this, because as far as I'm concerned, every school or every high school in South Africa should have a technical engineering faculty, which also can grow one day. You can have a music faculty, you can have a sports faculty, and you can have an art faculty, because, many years ago we used to have woodwork at school. That was taken away from us. You used to have art, you used to have music. So it's time to bring back those things to school. And what is incredible is I've had calls from all over South Africa to take this north, private schools, government schools. We've been contacts from overseas. We got news channels. I even got a contact from CNN, because what we're doing is groundbreaking. It hasn't been done before in South Africa, because technical education has always been pushed aside. That's out there.
Thank you very, very much indeed, and more power to your arm and everybody else involved in this. I think it's incredibly important and very necessary.